Sorry.
Bless you.
You were saying?
I think you have a lot of allergies.
I think I'm dying. I couldn't hold it.
No.
Howdy.
Just do it.
Like.
Hello.
Howdy.
My name's Annika.
I'm Mike.
And we are real estate agents here in Houston.
Today we're going to tell you a little bit about who we are and getting into real estate and why we chose it.
Yeah. So why was it that you first decided to get into real estate?
It's something that I was like, for a long time, just thought that I wanted to do it and then hesitated and then it's like, all right, I'm going to try it. And then I hesitated and then I thought, oh my God, $600 for the school is too much money because I'm a cheap ass. But then I just eventually just decided to pull the trigger. The industry that I was in before this, I spent a lot of time in the cycling industry and I saw it really starting to wear on me, like in my life, like personal life, just because I was constantly stressed out about the job and it wasn't really getting me anywhere. And B is like my passion. Like I've got a lot of passion for the sport. So I didn't want to end up not having passion for it anymore.
Right. It becoming so like...
Yeah. So I didn't want it to kill my passion. So I left on my own terms and I thought, well, what can I do that's got a lot of opportunity for growth?
Yeah.
That I can still be able to do the things I'm passionate about. And that's kind of what led me to real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for me, it was similar of like, I had been thinking about it for a long time, kind of putting it off, and thinking like, oh, well, it's not the right time, or I'm not ready, or I don't have, you know, kind of like you said, like I don't have the funds to go into it, that sort of thing. And then I was like, why not? When is a better time than right now to take that step? And, you know, when it comes down to the, you know, $500, $600 put into the course, it's like has multiplied exponentially over this last year. And it's something that I was just so thankful to get into because I had always been wanting to invest in real estate and getting all of that going. So, you know, having my license and learning all the ins and outs and seeing all the different pieces that go into it, knowing how that's going to help me, you know, like better understand for my clients and them looking to invest as well. You know, having all the background knowledge, I think, is something that was the main reason I wanted to go into it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a lot of the same thoughts of like, I wanted to get into real estate investing and like building a portfolio and all of this, that, and the other, but I really had no clue.
Yeah, where to start.
Yeah, what do I do to actually get into that? So, it just all started with that decision to actually pull the trigger and just do it like Nike.
One big thing too, when I started, I was just kind of looking out, you know, where to join, where to go with that. Because that's one of the biggest things that you really have to take into account as a new agent is your brokerage and who you're going to be surrounded by. So for me, the way that I found the Move Me to Texas team was literally going on Instagram and looking up Houston real estate agents. And two of the agents on the team actually came up, Katie Day being, you know, the first one. And it was something that I was like, okay, I know that I need to be working with people and on a team of people who put social media as a big piece because social media marketing is so big. So I knew that drew me in first. And then two, just seeing all of the like training and mentorship and guidance. A lot of new agents don't have the guidance or, you know, training needed to really be successful right away. And that's something that I was a little bit terrified of, and probably a reason that I also put off actually going and getting my license. But seeing that I would have, you know, the right tools in place. And that was through the accelerator program that they did, which is where we actually met.
Yeah, totally. You definitely took a much more like calculated, analytical approach than me.
Almost like that's our personalities.
It's almost like I do without thinking sometimes. I knew I needed a change and I knew I needed to put something in motion regardless of what it was. So I just went ahead and got the program, and I would work on it before work in the morning, sometimes work on it at lunch, and then get home and then work on the training at night. So 6 weeks later, I had my license, but I didn't have any sort of clue. I didn't really do any sort of research as to where I would try to land or go or anything like that. And
where I was spending every moment possible, like, what should I do? Where should I go?
right, yeah.
Every minute.
I thought like, oh, like, I know I've heard of brokers. I know some of these words.
I know a brokerage exists.
Yeah, so I figured just like take it as it comes kind of thing would work for me, and it kind of panned out the way it worked for me. I found the team through our marketing coordinator at the time. She was one of my friends that I knew outside of here, and she found out I was getting into real estate, and she's like, "Hey, we're starting this accelerator program, and
gotta hop in."
Yeah, and I thought, well, I'm 0% qualified for this. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And she said, explain to me that that's exactly what that's for. It's for new agents or agents training to be on a team. And I really didn't even understand the structure, the format at that point.
Right.
Like,
teams were new to me too. I had never really heard of that. I had no idea how that would work, but I thought that was a big game changer to get into a team without even knowing what it was, like off the bat, us being successful in that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I can't thank the team enough. I 100% believe that if I wasn't on the team, I would have
a mess.
I wouldn't have lasted 3 months.
No. Which most agents don't. Yeah. And most agents in their first year don't make over $7,000. Which I'm like, you can't live off of that. So you gotta set yourself up for success. I thought the same thing about like not being qualified at all to even reach out. And I remember, like, of course, when I found Katie, I was like following and liking and looking at everything. And then I saw the post about the accelerator program too, and I was like, it did say on there at the time, like 1 year or more of experience. And I was like, oh, I don't even know if I should reach out. I don't even know if I can, like, if it's worth it. If they'll just say, like, no, go away. You don't have a year of experience. So I decided to reach out, and I just sent Katie a DM. And I was like, hello, I have absolutely no experience. I am almost licensed.
Yeah.
And I'm super interested. Can you help me?
Yeah. And, honestly, it's been the greatest thing that I could have ever asked for.
Absolutely.
And I think it's more beneficial for us having not been agents prior to.
Yeah.
Because hopping straight into a training program like that has been the ultimate tool to teach us the proper way to do things the first time.
Right.
Versus fumbling through it for a year or two and then having to relearn the proper way and
yeah, doing it wrong forever.
Yeah, and like trying to break bad habits or whatever they might be. Like it's super beneficial, to have that clean slate to work with.
Getting, the action plans and knowing, okay, here are the steps to a successful open house. Here are the steps to a successful buyer consultation, and all the role playing and saying like, okay, practice these conversations so that you're actually ready when you're talking to someone. And you can sound like you know what you're doing. Even if you don't necessarily just yet.
Yeah.
You want to seem like you do.
Say some of the key words that make you sound smart.
You need the confidence.
And then shadowing as well. Like having that team structure to say, all right, this is my first week. I know we're still learning. You know where I'm at. I'm just going to go out and just be a fly on the wall.
And all the questions that come up. Because there are a million questions that you have starting out.
Yep.
And having someone to go to, whether it's, Katie and Ryan as the team leads or someone else on the team too, if it seems too intimidating sometimes.
What seems intimidating sometimes?
I don't know. Talking to them about things that it's like, I don't want to look stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. Like, I don't want to look stupid, so I call Annika or Andrea or Sandra sometimes.
Yeah, but even with that, it's like there is an open space to ask questions at all times, and really like have a sounding board. And okay, do you think that this is the right thing to do, or should I, try something else? And a lot of times too, I'll come and be like, help, I don't know what to do. And they're like, well, let's talk through it. They don't just tell me the answer. They're like, okay, well, in this situation, what do you think would be best? And sometimes I'm like, shoot, I don't know. That's why I called you. And then other times it's like, and other times it's like, oh, we really are able to walk through it and get there together, which is just like, I think one of the best ways for training.
Yeah.
Personally,
No,
I
absolutely.
do have a background in education, so I know when training's good. It's true.
I have a background in poor training, so it's really great.
That is also.
It's really easy for me to appreciate great training, and I can honestly say like the team has been great. Like I feel like everybody's actually like in my corner, and it's cool with newer agents coming on board. Like I feel like I actually have valuable information to share with them and kind of pay forward. So it's been rewarding in that sense.
Definitely. And just goal setting, being held to your goals, having that accountability, starting your morning off right, and, just like goals, whether it be business or personal, just everything being out there and making sure that you're reaching your short term, like, okay, what's your goal for the end of this year? What's your goal for all of next year? And what's your 5-year goal? And talking all about that too. I love that aspect.
So yeah, you've probably noticed I look a little different today. It is November, and the Moving to Texas team has started our own team for Movember. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it is a movement to rock a mustache, but more so to bring awareness and funding to men's health. For prostate cancer is the big one, but also mental health. It's kind of a big stigma. I think it's 60 men every hour commit suicide, which is a huge number. That's one every minute. So I've committed to running 60 miles this month, and I already regret it, but for those who can't. So rocking the mustache, we've got a team link set up. We'll link it down here somewhere. And we hope you can join us on that and donate whatever you can. It would mean a lot.
That would be highly appreciated. And we thank you all for watching and joining us as we have these very random Wednesday videos, and hope you enjoyed.
Yep.